evening, everybody. I welcome you to the special program today. It's a special one that we are so happy to start off. It's the first edition that by the grace of God will be coming up at least once a month, whereby we'll be bringing guests on the program. It's a program by You Can Make It Work, but it has to do with how you can marry right and how you can stay right. So it involves both the single and the married. And today I have a wonderful guest here, a special guest that just came in. Is what do we call it now? Oshara, just tearing off the rubber. She just came in, and we thank God that she honored our invitation to even come in at this special time. So, she's going to put me on the hot seat today. You know, it's a lie detector, so I know the Spirit of the Lord will help me. I don't know how, but I have here with me Barrister Tioluwani, and even that word barrister, I know I'm in soup today, but God will help me. So, they have lots of questions that they are going to ask. I know that God will help me out with that. So, Barrister, over to you. You are welcome once again. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I am so happy to be here today. So basically, the theme for today is lie detector, and we'll be asking the relationship expert about how to know who the one is, how to know if he's lying or not. Just different questions. So I'll be the one asking the questions, and if you have any question as well that you would like me to ask, you can just send in the questions, and I'll be able to ask her as well. So before I start, just to introduce myself, like she said, my name is Tioluwani. You can also call me Tiffany. The Lord gave me that name this year, but anyone is fine by me. So we're going to start with the questions. We have 12 questions on ground, and we are going to be asking her those questions for her to answer. And remember, if you do have any questions at all that you want to ask, remember to send them in as well. So,
Okay.
The first question is, what is your definition of intimacy, especially in a godly relationship? How do you have a relationship without being intimate? Now, if you're talking about intimacy, in our generation, it has to do with, physical touch and stuff like that. So how do you have a good relationship without getting physical, without, just having stuff to do with your partner? How would you guys connect on like a different level?
Okay, see, when we are talking about intimacy, I want to be frank and, plain here, because I know that it's not that I'm just talking to myself now on Facebook. I have someone here, so I have to, to be very straight. So when we are talking about intimacy now, it's something, it's something out of the ordinary. When you are saying that you want to take intimacy out of relationship, it is not possible. Any relationship, there must be intimacy. And see, when we are talking about intimacy, let me give you a good definition. Simple one. It's just a familiar and unique bond between two people. Familiar and unique. Familiar and unique. And when you're talking about the word familiar, you can't be familiar with someone in just 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, 3 months. Shall you understand? It grows gradually. And as you get to know each other, you get familiar, you get fulfilled with each other. See, intimacy has to do with what I call progression. It starts from somewhere and you move on with it. It is, if I want to look at it, because you are talking about the godly intimacy now, if I want to look at it in the concept of God-wise, do you understand? As a child of God, we are expected to have what we call an intimate relationship with God. And And that's another way to look at it. Because when we are talking about intimacy with God, the first person must know you very well. The second, you too must know that other person very well, so that yes, you will now come together to have what I call a very close relationship. God on his own side knows us very well. He knows everything about us. It is now for us now to start walking with God, moving with God, and as we walk and we move with God, we get intimate with him because yes, gradually we get to know him, we get to love him and all that. Now coming back to the issue of relationship. See, we all have what we call varying thresholds. For some people, holding hands, if you hold their hands, oh my God, they are gone. For some people, hold their hands 20 times, they are still themselves. For some people, if you have what we call a lock and a tight embrace with them, they are gone. Everybody, everybody have their own thresholds. Some people is like when you lean on their shoulders, you know, they are gone. Some people, when you tickle them, do you understand? So you have to, and that is why you have to get to know your partner. Another thing I want to tell you is this. There's a difference between physical intimacy and emotional intimacy. What you, this generation, you are practicing now is physical intimacy.
Can I just cut in there?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, there, like you said, there's the emotional one and the physical one.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, again, what our generation is practicing is the physical one. Is it possible for two people to be in a relationship where they just have emotional intimacy without the physical one? Is that possible? Should we consider the fact that the two of them go hand in hand, or is it possible to just drop one and...
No, you can't drop one. What you need to do, like I said, you have to study yourself. That's number one. Then number two, even before, and that is why, even before you go into any relationship, that is why we clamor for maturity. When you are matured enough, you will have your own, you know, your own rules, your own boundaries. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. Nobody can force you into anything because you are matured enough. Shall you understand? Yes. So the two goes together. But the thing is, you must develop your emotional intimacy. Shall you understand? When you have gotten to it. See, when you even look at the word intimacy in the Bible, it only talks about the married people. Shall you understand? Yes. But we can't take it out when you are in courtship, when you are, you understand, and all that. You have to relate with each other. You have to show love. It is important, but you have to know your limits. Shall you understand? See, godly relationships do not have to be void. Do you get it? But your intimacy must glorify God. Anything you are doing as a child of God, it must glorify God, and you must not be sinful. So if you can go out on dates, shall you understand? Eat together, talk together. If you know that yes, you can still take the issue of holding hands, you can hold hands. Shall you understand? You can lean on your shoulders and all that, but you must know your limits. Because if you don't show love to the next person will be looking at you that, are you a robot? Are you not human? What is wrong with you? So you must show love. We can't take that one out. Do you understand?
Yes. Okay, so importantly, what we've gotten from this question is just try to make sure that your relationship is godly, and try as much as possible to make sure that your emotional intimacy is intact. And before you enter a relationship, you must make sure that you're matured enough to enter that relationship.
Yeah.
So for the next question, this question, I got it from my friend, and yeah, so I think, obviously, I think this question is a question that is sort of bothering a lot of people. And
Okay.
yeah, so should I be bothered about the body count of my boyfriend? So when we're talking about body count, like probably the amount of girls that he has dated in
Number
the
of
past,
people.
or the amount of
You have
girls that
sex
he has
with.
slept with in the past. So should I be bothered by that? And should I be pushed into doing anything with him as a result of the fact that, oh, it's probably got a body count of 10, it's probably got a body count of 15 or something like that. Should I be bothered by that? So that's the question.
See, just like you said, it's a question that, yes, people have been asking. And you know, this, I love it because, you know, some Christians, because I want to be spiritual and all that. I don't know if mommy will be able to answer that question. I wouldn't ask her. See, no. So I love that you are bringing it up. See, like she said, body count is like the number of people that you've had sex with. But let me tell you something. No matter intimate or romantic you are with your partner, if there is no penetration, that one is no count. You can't count that. So if your guy is telling you that, yes, I was in a relationship with 5 girls, 10, 15, if there is no penetration or, you understand, sexual intercourse, that one is no count. So I just want to bring that one out. Then see, I used to tell you, it is mandatory for you to share your past. If you want a good relationship, see, it is mandatory to share your past and to plan for the future. It is very, very important. But that's why I used to clamor for a round table, that sit around the table and talk things out. But see, however, there are some cases whereby you don't need to bother yourself. Tell me, what do you want to get from the number of girls that your guy have slept with? What do you want to get from that? If of a truth, you have conviction that this is the guy God wants me to get married to, if of a truth you love that guy, if of a truth you know that this guy loves me, I'm the only, how do they say it now? I'm the only sugar in his tea. I'm the only...
you don't say that anymore.
You don't say that, that one is the past.
Yeah.
Okay, you are the only one with him now. If that is the case, why do you have to bother yourself? If the only thing is this, if maybe along the line there's an issue, he has an issue before and all that, yes, he must tell you that. That one is very, very important. But now you now wanting to try to, okay, tell me how many. Okay, you know, some people will go to the extent of, when did it happen? How did it happen? Where? Who was there? What led to it? You know, see, the more you ask, the more you grieve yourself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because it will get to a junction, maybe later, something will have happened, you will refer back to it. That's why and it's not going to give you a good relationship.
And they end up like comparing, like,
Yeah.
oh, in my past relationship, I had this and this is not happening now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stuff like that. And I think that bothers a lot of people.
Yes, because see, it will always come back. If you don't leave it in the past, it will always come back. But see, let me tell you something. There are some things you don't need to ask. It will come naturally if there is love. When there is love, when there is real love, not money love. Because this generation now...
There's a question.
Okay, this generation now, it is money love. But if it is real love, my dear, it will come. One day, you will just, my dear, you won't believe. It's just God that saved me. If you know the number of girls, it will come, even without you asking. So, by you trying to ask and praying to his past, you are even calling for problem. So there's an idea that they said, why don't you let the sleeping dog lie? So you understand?
Yeah. Okay, so leading from your answer, the next question is it bad to only want a rich guy? Or just an okay guy as a partner? So I'm going to give a background to that question.
Okay.
Now, I know you and Daddy's story, right? And I know that, like, in the past, like your generation, the, what's it called? The Detector generation. We are the Sarasota generation.
Okay.
So I know that in your generation, like, you people were really focused, and you had a plan for your future and stuff like that. And even if you didn't have money already, you had vision, you had a plan, which is something that I noticed from not just you, from uncles and aunties, hearing their stories and stuff like that. But this generation, I'm not gonna lie, like, some people don't even have their priorities straight. Some people don't even know what their plan is. So is it good for you to just say, okay, I'm just going to go for ready-made, I'm not going to go to the market and start searching for Ankara. I'm just going to go for ready-made clothes that is already done, because I don't want to stress with someone that does not have a plan or does not have anything. So is it a bad thing to say, oh, I want a rich guy, or just stay with an okay guy? So that's the question.
Wow. See, this is it. When you're talking about the rich guy and the okay guy, if I want to go into that, but let me just say it like this. See, number one, the guy that you're looking at that is okay today, fine house, good car, good job, yeah, money, traveling anyhow, even like 2-3 months you started, he has already taken you to Dubai, all that, all around the world and all that. Yeah, very good. But in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years after your wedding, some it's not even up to 5, some maybe 2. I have so many around. Maybe 2. Before you know it, the job is no more, the car is no more there. They had to start looking for money to pay for the house and all that. The guy that you're looking as that is rich today, you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. I'm not praying that, yes, the bad or something bad will happen to him. No, not that. But see, you don't look at situations like that. The one that is not as rich, the one that is not okay today, can be the most wonderful and richest one in the next 2-3 years.
So are you saying that we should date broke guys?
Not that. I'm still coming to that.
Okay.
I'm still coming to that. What I'm just saying is, don't use that one as your yardstick. It is not. Don't use that one as your yardstick, because anything can happen tomorrow, especially with the situation of the world now. There are so many people that were rich last year, but coronavirus has destroyed everything. There were so many that were rich just a month ago, but the hoodlums burnt down everything and now they are back to zero. Do you understand? And there were some that they were nobody yesterday, but they are wonderful and great people today. So you can't use that one as your yardstick. That's what I'm saying. There are so many other things that you can use. Do you understand? See, no one wants to suffer. No man. And see, even parents of today, our own generation of Benudake, we are so came now. Let me use that English, because You will really see a parent that a child will bring two guys. One is rich, the other one is poor. The mother will tell you, especially if the mother is not a good Christian, she will tell you straight, excuse me, I don't want to see that poor guy here again. I know what I suffered. I can't go back into that. Parents will tell you what poverty is, and they will not even encourage you to go there. Except, a child of God that will tell you, my daughter, let me go and seek the face of God about this. Sure, you understand? But nobody wants to suffer. But see, however, you have to be very careful so that you will not miss out. You will not miss out. You will not miss out on the right guy that God has apportioned, has assigned for your life. And that is why you have to be very careful. See, some can have now, like I said, but later it's gone. Some will give, some will, some they will have. They will have now. Even later they will have. Nothing will happen to them. But immediately you step into their house, they will give you everything. You want to go to Dubai, you go. You want to go to US, you go. You want a yacht, you get it. You want plane, you get it. But you know what? You can't get love. You will get the riches, but you won't get love.
What?
But some people,
Okay.
the last set, the guy is not okay, but the guy is waiting for you. Because what will make the guy to be okay? God has given it to you. You are the helper that is waiting for. Immediately the two of you combine. That is it. It will just pick up. So you have to be very careful and let God lead you rather than allow the riches or the situation on ground to lead you.
Okay, I just want to add one thing.
Okay?
But the Bible says money answereth all things.
Yes.
So, can money not be an answer to the guy not loving his wife? Can she not be comforted by money?
Oh my dear. Money. There are some things that money has no answer for. Loneliness, money has no answer for it. Depression, money has no answer for it. Do you understand? Emptiness, money has no answer for it. When you get married, there are some times that, oh my God, you'll be so lonely if you don't have a loving husband. You'll feel like committing suicide. There are some times when you're married that the problem you'll be having, especially maybe with the children or maybe even with the husband, and if love is not coming from anywhere, money cannot give you that. There are some times where you will do this, you will do that, you will travel out, you will come back, you will go to parties, you will do all sorts, but inside of you, you will know that you are not fulfilled. Money cannot get that. Can you understand?
Yes. So, guys, as we've heard, money cannot answer everything. So let's be careful and try to make sure that we are picking the guy that is actually the one, which is going to lead to the next question.
Hey, Father, help me.
So, a very, very important question. I think I've actually told you about the song I want to dance to or walk into on my wedding day.
Okay.
It's called The One He Kept For Me.
Yeah.
And the lyrics of the song is just talking about the one that God has kept for you and just talking about the one that God made you wait for. So basically, and guys, do not steal that song for your wedding day. Do not try to, please. The song is just for me and for my wedding day. So basically, the next question is, how do you know he's the one?
Okay.
So how do you know that this person that you've been dating for 3 years, this person you've been dating for just 1 month, this person you've been dating for 10 years that has not said anything to you and has just turned you to Lord of the Rings, this person that you've been with for a long time, how do you know that this person is the one? And is the person worth waiting for? So that's the question.
See, you know where I'm going to start? That question that you are asking, it's in my book. So, if you want full answer to that question, get my book, Singles and Months. You can get it. It's there. But let me just give you a summary of that. See, I will just say, for you to know that yes is the one for you, is in two ways. Number one, the spiritual. Number two, the physical. The spiritual is the highest because God comes first in everything. If God is not in it, forget it. You are not going anywhere. If your foundation is not on God, it's going to crumble. So the first thing is the spiritual. Is God in this? Are you having conviction that yes, He's the one? Have you prayed about it? Do you have the leading? Do you have the peace inside of you that is the one? Have you received confirmation from spiritual people that are older than you?
Sorry about that. I have a question.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just remembered something now. There are some people that walk up to ladies and tell them that God told me that you're my wife. Right?
Yeah.
So, and I've heard of it a lot of times. And the question is, how, because obviously these ladies that these men are walking up to, they haven't heard anything from God. But the guy would keep saying that, I keep seeing you, it's you that God keeps bringing to me. So how would the lady get her own confirmation? She's praying about it, but she's not hearing anything.
That is it. That is why you must work on yourself as a lady, get yourself matured, be responsible, and have a good relationship with God. Can you understand? Someone was just telling me yesterday, Mama, I don't know what to do. They are about 6 now telling me that they've received from God concerning me. I said, you know what? Tell them to wait. Can you understand? See, if you have a good relationship with God, let them be 10, let them be 15. Until you yourself get a go ahead from God. And one thing about my God is this: He's not an author of confusion at all. Take your time to pray. And see, people will tell you, as for we parents, we will tell you, time is going. What are you doing? Hey, time is going. How do you know time is going? Are you God? Did God give you, has He given you the time that, okay, this is the time for that lady, and that time is going? How do you know that that time is going? Take your time, pray. Hear from God yourself. And see, and that is why you have to have a good relationship with God. It is not everybody that God will speak to audibly. Some, it will be maybe through, there are so many ways God can communicate to His children. Some through dreams, some through revelation, some through circumstances, some through maybe the pastor, some through the word. You know, so many ways. Some, they have peace inside of them. They know that, yes, this is God talking to them. Some is the still small voice of the Holy Spirit. So you have different ways whereby God can talk to you. But you can only identify that way if you have a good relationship with God. And it's very, very important. See, let me tell you. Marriage is not a bed of roses. There is no marriage on this planet Earth that they don't have their own ups and downs. So when things happen, you just have to have someone to run to. So if God is not there, who are you going to run to? So you have to let Him be the foundation, give you the go ahead, that this is the person. So, and don't look at it that my time is going, I'm not getting anything. Wait. It will come. If you keep asking, it will come. There's a prayer that we call persistence prayer. Keep asking. Keep asking. It will come. So, the first part is the spiritual part. Shall you understand? So, but along the line, when you're waiting for the spiritual, if that spiritual is not yet coming, then we have the physical side. The physical side, majorly, is Has he been able to pass your test? As a matured lady, shall you understand? A lady that has dignity, integrity, you have your terms. Shall you understand?
We call it spec.
You call it spec?
Yeah, is it?
Okay.
Yeah, does it fit my spec?
Okay.
Has he done everything I want him to do?
I wanted to do. Okay. So, as he, what did you call it now? Spec?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Is it my spec?
is it my spec?
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. So, is he proud to have me around him? You know, some people, you go to the restaurant with them, you're on the table, and you'll be looking around. I hope nobody's here to see me with this lady. You know? Then, you know, immediately someone's, oh, let's go, and all that. And when you're walking together on the road, it's like looking all around. But when someone is so proud to have you by your side, good. There are some people that sometimes they will even tell you, you know what, let me just get you a cab and you can go. You don't have to wait for me and all that. Another thing is it too pushing? If you have a guy and the guy is too pushing, excuse me, tell him to hold on. Pushing in the sense that if you truly love me, you have to have sex with me. That one is not making any sense. If it's that pushy, you will know what you want. You will know where it's going. Do you understand? Yeah. Then another thing is it ready to bend for you? If it's too strict, you are saying, okay, I don't want my cup here. I don't want this glass cup here. Can I put it here? No. I want my glass cup there.
Is it ready to compromise?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not that, yes, it will now be a slave or it will be under you, but you know, it will be ready to bend a little, compromise a little so that the two of you will be able to move along rightly. Do you understand? Then another question, I think I've treated that on this program, is can you cope? Can you cope with his character? Can you cope with his behavior? Can you cope with his nature? You know, some people, some guys, they snore. Can you cope with that? You know, some guys talk.
You just mentioned snoring. How do you find out if a man snores, if he's courtship and you guys are not staying in the same house?
Good. That's a wonderful question.
Yeah.
There are some situations whereby, okay, let me take it from the spiritual angle. From the spiritual angle, when you enter into courtship, you are expected to go for different relationship, what do we call it, conference, counseling, programs like that. Some will be a camping program that the two of you will have to go together. Do you understand? Then, apart from that, you don't even have to witness it before you know. These are some of the things that he is supposed to tell you. Shall you understand? These are some of the things that he's supposed to tell you.
This is going to lead to the next question. This is going to lead to the next question.
So lastly, what I would just say about that is the man a builder or a destroyer? Because you know, if you look at our own generation, 80% of people that have what I call great ambition, goals, businesses, things going for them before they entered into that marriage. Immediately they entered, that's the end of it. They didn't continue with it. Shall you understand? So, is it going to help you to continue with your ambition, or is just going to pull you down? So, all these things you have to look at before you can decide that, okay, is it mine or not?
Okay, thank you for that. We're going to quickly answer this question because of our time.
Okay.
So the next question is, how do you know he's lying? Now, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Guys.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, very good liar.
Mm.
I actually believe that that they actually go to a school when they actually teach them, like, when they actually teach them, like, this is how you lie. I mean, I was talking to somebody, like, I don't know, maybe today or yesterday, and I was asking that, like, so now that you sort of have, like, a girlfriend, if you meet another girl now, what's going to happen? And you like the girl, what's going to happen? It's like, oh, I'm going to ask her out. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, you have a girlfriend. I'm like, how is it for guys? Is the girl not supposed to be like your final destination? He said, no, there's no final destination for anybody. We are still all at the bus stop and we are just picking and deciding what to do. That there's no final destination for anybody. So I'm like, even while he's dating this new girlfriend, he'll be lying to the old one, lying to the old one for the new one, and there will be no friction between the two. So how would you know he's lying? Like, how do you know that you're the only one he's dating? How do you know that that is the only guy, or I'm sorry, that you are the only one in his life? Because obviously guys are really good liars. So how do you detect that this guy is a liar? That's basically the question.
If you're talking about lying with men, I think that's their surname. Do you understand? But the thing is, see, it's not all, it goes beyond even singles, even married. Okay, let me give you an example of a guy. He is a banker. He was working in Lagos and in Oyo town. He got married. He has, I think, maybe a kid or so. They now transferred him from Oyo to Ijebu-Ode. At Ijebu-Ode, he met a lady and he got married to that lady. So they were in that relationship for that, like, they were married for like 2-3 years. That was how the lady got to know that he was already married.
It's a catfish situation.
Honestly. And he said, yes, well, things like that. But she said she noticed that every time he's always saying, they said I should come to the office during weekend. I have to go Friday and come back Sunday. He said, what are you doing? You're a banker. Why do you have to go Friday, Sunday? He said, well, those of us in high positions like that, we have to go and all that, lies upon lies and all that. So what I'm trying to say is that it goes beyond the single, also the married. See, lying, the only one that I can say, okay, is those that have given their lives to Christ.
And have the fear of God.
That, God bless you. Because not all those that have given their lives to Christ have the fear of God. So many Christians, even inside the church, they are lying. You will see some pastors, some deacons inside the church, they are going out with some other people's wives and daughters inside the church. So, it's only those that have given their lives to Christ and fear the Lord and have the hope of getting to heaven that will not lie. But those ones are few. But going back to your question, how are you going to, you want to detect, Abby?
Yeah. I want to become detectives, lie detectives.
Lie detectives. To know, yes, that's the topic for today. To know how to catch them by their game. See, this is it. Number one is this. You must know, that is why you must know your guy. That is why you must move with the guy before you must get to know him. Move with him before getting deep. Do you understand? That's why I used to advise people. You are going into a relationship, start from a friendship level. Don't just go into it like that. Be friends. Get to know each other. At that time, you will know him. You know when someone is your friend, you will be so free. You understand? But when someone wants to get you, he knows where he's going. When I want to get a chicken for Christmas, I know where I'm going. I'll be giving that chicken food and all that, treating the chicken very well. But when I just want that chicken as a pet, I will just leave the chicken all around and all that. So start on a friendship level. Get to know this guy. When you get to know him, you will catch him. Do you understand? Yeah. You started. You are lying again. Abby, I know you're lying. Some people, when they are lying, they can't control their eyes. Some people, when they are lying, you will know they won't be able to look you straight in the eyes. Some people, when so many things, that is, you will get to know those things when you are on a friendship level with that person and you've moved with that person to an extent. That's why you have to get to know. Although there are still some, some guys are hesitant. But when you get to know that person, to some extent, you will know when the person is lying. Then, as a child of the Most High God, that one, I'm so confident of that. If you are a child of God and you are prayerful, let that man be lying. The Spirit of the Lord will make you to know. Somehow, something will happen. You will just know. You are lying. This is not the real story. Yes, it will come. You will just know. Something is wrong somewhere. And you will know. And that is why you need God. It is the only one that can open up things for you. Mysteries that you don't know about.
Okay, so the last question, I'm just putting this in. We've actually run out of time, but I'm just quickly putting this in because it's a very, very important question. So
this one is important now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Guys, are you ready? Okay. So, am I supposed to bear with a cheating partner?
Okay.
Do I need to forgive him in the spirit of Christ? So, guys, listen. Let me use myself as an example. Not me, obviously, but using myself as an example. I'm dating a partner, right? Or I'm dating this guy, and then he cheats on me. Now we're both Christians. He has prayed to God. He's asked for forgiveness. He's repented and everything like that. Am I supposed to forgive him based on the fact that we are both Christians and we have the love of God and stuff like that? Am I supposed to forgive him? And if I am supposed to forgive him, am I supposed to easily forget what happened? So I just want you to quickly give us like a short answer to that.
Okay, because of our time, one thing I want you to know is this. The book of Proverbs chapter 11 verse 1, the Bible says that the Lord hates cheating. And anything that the Lord hates is a sin. Do you understand? But also, in the book of Matthew chapter 18 verse 22, Peter was asking Jesus that, see, if I want to forgive someone, I'll forgive this person 7 times. I said, which kind 7 times? No. 70 times 70 in a day. So that means...
Wait. So are we justifying cheating right
now? No.
See,
let me learn. When we are talking about cheating here, see, it depends. If the person comes to you, just like you said, sorry, repent, and all that, promise not to do it again, the first time, excuse me, Abba, forgive me.
I don't know if that's going to be easy though.
I know, yeah, it's not going to be easy, but see, as a child of God, you are supposed to forgive that person. Do you understand? Anybody can make mistakes. But if he's coming back to say, I'm sorry, I know that what I did was not good, and I promise never to do it again, and you've started seeing changes with him, he has started, doing things right and all that. Abba, if God can forgive you, why can't you forgive him? But if he now continues, and then it looks as if this person is not ready to change.
He's a repeat offender.
Aha!
He's a repeat
See,
offender.
don't fight with him.
Yeah.
You know what? Delete him. That's it. So, don't ask another question.
No.
Because of my time. Because of the time, I think we have to wrap it up here. I want to say thank you for all those that joined. I've just been looking at so many people coming up. I want to say thank you for joining the program. It's the first edition, and just like I said, we'll be doing this like once a month. And I know that, yes, the Lord will help us more. I want to believe that you've enjoyed this one today. Once again, we are saying thank you to our wonderful guest
Thank
for
you for
honoring
having me.
our invitation all the way from UK. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and God bless you. We'll meet again next week.